tremendously beautiful story is that when Buddha became enlightened, his first thought was to go back to his kingdom. His father must be old if he was not dead. If he was still alive, then Buddha owed something to him. He was his only son and had given him immense suffering. Buddha was going to be his support in his old age and successor of the kingdom. He escaped, so his first thought was to go to the kingdom and impart his own ecstasy, his blissfulness to his father. But he was not aware of the fact that his father would not be able to recognize him as a Buddha. His third eye was not open and he saw only through his mind. He didn't know any approach through the no mind. So when he met the old man was really angry and you could not complain about his anger. The father said, "You deceived me in old age. Where have you been for 12 years? What have you been doing? What is all this nonsense? An emperor's son in a begging bowl? You were born to be the greatest emperors in the world. Perhaps, as the astrologer said, you have the capacity to become a world conqueror. Instead, you have chosen this stupid life." Buddha stood there silently, not saying a single word. He first wanted him to release his anger, but the old man recognized after half an hour had passed while he was shouting. He had been abusing and he had been condemning. His son was simply standing there with such silence, absolutely undisturbed. He looked closely. Buddha said, "This is the right gesture. Look closely. I am not the man who left you. That man died long ago. Yes, I am in the same continuity, but before it was the mud, now I am the lotus. So don't take revenge against the lotus because you are angry with the mud. Just let me wash your tears." Because the old man was full of tears. "And clean your eyes. Just cool down and just have another look. I am not the same person who left the palace. A great transformation has happened. I left the palace as a mortal. I am coming back to you as an immortal. I left the palace as an ordinary human being. I am coming back to the palace divine. Just have a look." The father looked at him. Certainly there had been a great change. For a few moments, there was utter silence. The father simply went on looking at him. Something transpired between the father and the son, and the father said, "Forgive me. In my anger, with my tears, with my old eyes, I could not recognize the transformation. Now my only desire is that you initiate me on the same path which transforms mud into a lotus. You've certainly become a lotus. I've never seen you so beautiful, so graceful." Nothing was said, and the father was initiated. The moment you know, you don't have to declare it. It declares itself, but only those who have a certain sensitivity, a certain music in their heart, a certain poetry in their being will be able to recognize you. Those who are simply accountants, bankers, running after money, running after power will be absolutely blind when it comes to recognizing a Buddha.